Our next competitor represents Armenia. He was born in Ekaterinburg, Russia. 16-year-old Konstantin SMIRNOV. Second Junior Grand Prix season. He was 15th in Wuxi, the final Junior Grand Prix last season.
And there you can see Konstantin just working on the toe takeoffs. And those are more difficult element planned in this planned program content, intending to start with triple lutz, then triple flip to the music out of game. Armenia's Konstantin SMIRNOV, a skater that has so much range of movement. I remember in the short program acknowledging the Ina Bauer and the spiral transitional content that he had here in this free skate, showcasing the extreme range of movement with the Bielmann spin position. But you do also sense that for Konstantin, a growth spurt, just getting to grips with his rotational position.
Yeah.
I suspect and fear that he's still not found comfort over his right side in the air at present.
Yeah, I agree with you. He looks like he's just grown a lot in the last year, and so that requires time for him to learn to adjust to that longer limbs. That's just life for anybody. And so, but he'll settle down and gain that strength and stop growing, and things will really start to come together. He rotates pretty quickly and gets up in the air. It just is a bit different from jump to jump. And that was nice, straight up. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I like the axle takeoff at the end of the triple flip there. I feel that was a cleaner technique takeoff. The triple flips have some exclamation marks regarding the takeoff edge. And that's something that we'll maybe see discussed and showcased throughout the rest of this competition as more of the men start to include the harder triple jumps like the flip and loops, which Konstantin did.
Yeah. So 7 out of the 11 elements are under review. So they're only on element number 5. So they've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to listen to the technical panel here a little bit, Mark.
And there they sit forward position for Konstantin. You can see just exhaling there as Asmik Vardanyan joins him in the kiss and cry. Perhaps just shouting out to the friends and the family at home. So many people involved supporting Konstantin en route to this event. And how we wish that we had a microphone for you to hear what Asmik is saying. She's managing to get a rather understandably fatigued and exhausted Konstantin to work with her in the shaping of the hearts. And you can see Konstantin still so drained and exhausted, and we touched upon it in warm-up, the absolute exhaustion that a run through puts the body through. The heart rate often well in excess of 200 beats per minute within the first 30 seconds of a skater's competitive free skate. Just so incredibly demanding on the body physically, and then of course mentally when you're trying to comprehend the technique that you know you need to rely on when your body's operating at such a high intensity.
You know, Mark, it's interesting listening to the technical panel. They had a bit of a hold-up, if you will, on element number 5, the flying change combination spin, determining whether he'd received 2 revolutions in one of the positions. I don't know which one they were talking about at the time, but and there was, when I say, I don't want to say debate, it's the wrong term, but one had this certain, no, I think it's a bit short, and the other one, no, I think it's fine, and then so they had to look at it again. And so if you have a difference of opinion, there's, you got to sort this out pretty quickly. Then if there is a difference of opinion, the technical controller breaks the tie and goes one way or the other. So we heard that happen on that element because one saw it one way in the replay and one saw it the other way in the replay, and it was very close, could go one way or the other, and so the tie is broken by the third person. That's the technical controller who's responsible for the technical panel. So that's just an update on how the technical panel works and what they did in that case. They still have one element left to look at, and that's the change combination spin at the end of the program. So there's your technical panel update. Mark?
Yeah, and those numbers of rotation in the established spin position is so important, dependent upon the type of spin they're going for. And it looks like a V has had to go to the flying camel combo spin for Konstantin, so he's going to get a fraction or a reduction in the base value because they haven't established that he's hit all 3 basic positions for a sufficient amount of rotation.
Yep. Interesting process to listen to, and it's especially like anything, just with conversation, if 2 people speak at the same time, it's sort of null and void because you don't really hear what the other person said. So it's very important on those panels that one gets their say, the other gets their say. They might check it one more time, and then if it doesn't come to an agreement, the technical controller will take the decision. But if you take a look at the score, 73.48 for Konstantin Smirnov from Armenia at second in the free program with 114.39. And that'll put him second overall. They look pretty happy with that.
This puts him currently in second place.